the United Nations, making predictions that by 2050, we will be 9.7 billion people. If all these people get educated, get technologically empowered, 9.7 billion people or nearly 10 billion people on this planet is for sure going to be a disaster. Yes. We can make arrangements and arrangements, we can improve the arrangements, we can make more energy-saving machines, we can recycle the shit.
Step aside, skim milk. You're done, almond milk. There might be a new milk coming to town and it's about to crawl right into the dairy aisle at the supermarket. Cockroach milk. Scientists are saying cockroach milk could be one of the most nutritious things you can drink.
I am not a bigot. I am not a science denier. Cockroach milk is so much more sustainable and nutritious than real milk. I am a good global citizen who gets his recommended daily dosage of vitamin TV. The planet is dying because I exist. The good grown-ups on the TV screen are trying to help us solve this #climate crisis by helping us sterilize ourselves and eat sustainable nutrient-fortified vegan kibble so our sick, sad, dying mommy Earth can feel all better. I'm going to ask my wife's boyfriend if it is socially acceptable to consume cockroach milk as an ethical vegan and animal rights activist.
Discovered cockroach milk has 4 times as much protein as cow's milk. 4 times as much.
Yes. We can do all this, no matter what we create, no matter how much we strive, whatever we build, everything is going to be insufficient because the planet is going to be insufficient. I was in a conference and I said, see, unless you reduce the human footprint on the planet, there is no solution for anything. Then they asked me a brilliant question, how do you reduce the human footprint? I said, you have to reduce the number of feet. That's the only way. I am not saying children are bad, they're wonderful, but it's just too many. We as human beings, we are wonderful, but we are too many. We are so many that the insect population is going down. No, it's not a joke, it's very threatening. If the insect population disappears, the planet will be destroyed. Yes, the worms disappear, the planet will be destroyed. If you and me disappear, planet will flourish. Our life expectancy has improved. This means we have taken death into our hands. When we take death into our hands, it is our business to take birth also into our hands, isn't it?
I feel so empowered on my vegan climate activist hero's journey. We are all one. I am a highly evolved god who evolved from cosmic pond scum. We are all God. I am you and you are me. We're a happy family that needs to save its dying mommy from our toxic exhalations by taking #climate action now with the more evolved good grown-ups at governments, banks, and global corporations to help educate us how to get rid of ourselves and all the toxic extra human baby feet to decrease our atrocious carbon footprints and save the planet and evolution from ourselves because we are all one.
We're standing here, for this is an emergency. We're standing here, for all that we hold dear. We're standing here, for beauty and diversity. And we're standing in the love that binds us all. And we demand our government must tell the truth.
Climate change tops the environmental agenda at present. We all know that every additional person will need to use some carbon energy, if only for firewood for cooking, and will therefore create more carbon dioxide. Similarly, we can all see that every extra person is or will an extra victim of climate change. I meet no one who privately disagrees that population growth is a problem. No one, except flat earthers, can deny that that planet is finite. We can all see it in that beautiful picture from our Earth, taken from the Apollo mission. Every one of these global problems, social as well as environmental, becomes more difficult and ultimately impossible to solve with ever more people. Thank you.
I am so glad the good grown-ups like David Attenborough and Prince Philip, friend of philanthropist Jimmy Savile, and the father of Prince Andrew, close friend of champion of science and philanthropist Jeffrey Epstein, are helping find solutions to all the extra people who need to stop existing. The hashtag climate crisis make me so sad. The totally real death threats from the climate are so scary, and I need the good government grown-ups to fix it and give 16-year-old human shield Greta her future back.
He promoted this on television, and he went around all the agricultural shows, and he had it was a one-man thing, and it had a tremendous effect. It reduced it from 3% to 1%. But one of the things he said to the farmers, he said, look, you don't need all these children, it's ridiculous. You've got to feed them all, clothe them all, educate them all, and look after their health. So have a few, and then if you want to go on entertaining yourself, have a vasectomy. Oh, yes. Well, how do I do that? Well, I'll organize it for you. We'll have buses running into Bangkok on the King's birthday, very auspicious day. And you will go into, and he took over a whole lot of school halls and that sort of thing. And he showed me a photograph of all these beds and everything, and people went in, and I said, but how did they take it? Well, he said they didn't like being seen to have the operation. Oh, I said, really, how do you do that? I've had visions of, putting up. Oh, he said, it's quite simple, I blindfolded them.
I am so glad that Jimmy Savile's royal friend, Prince Philip, is helping all the extra people to not exist anymore.
What vegan birth control method would you recommend?
Vasectomy.
Hell yeah, baby! You heard me, you heard me, you heard him!
Well, get on board. Come on.
Yes,
what do you
I love
mean?
this guy.
Why should the women have to take pills? No.
I feel so empowered by the vasectomy I got from Dr. Gregor. We must help governments and media educate more people on the benefits of not having families or property, not eating real meat or animal foods, and living in smart city coffin apartment cubbies.
Don't screw the planet! Don't screw the planet!
The Earth will be so happy and healthy if we eat sustainable nutrient-fortified vegan smart kibble that the good grown-ups at the transnational banks and corporations share with us.
You see, Fred's kids are millennials. They've just surpassed baby boomers to become the largest generation in American history. And they've all been moving back to the cities. But there are only so many houses and cars that can fit in a city. And this is where the sharing economy comes in. We now have these powerful computers, smartphones, in our hands.
I love sharing and do not hate science. The good grown-up champions of science like Jeffrey Epstein and his friends Bill Gates and Prince Andrew know what's best for me and the planet. I can't wait for the nice, happy, healthy corporate global technocratic government to ration and share resources with us. I wish I could help poor 16-year-old human shield Greta Thunberg to find a carbon-neutral ride back to Europe from America so she can meddle in the elections over there and save the planet from the extra people causing the totally real and not made-up hashtag climate crisis.
That led Greta Thunberg to take to social media to call for help. She said, I've traveled around halfway around the world, but in the wrong way. And now she's looking for a way to cross back in the Atlantic by this COP25 summit now in Madrid.
We have tons of time to turn things around. Well, not tons, but enough. Assuming we all act now. Last month, we had an ant problem at my house. This is going to sound strange, but I felt somewhat in awe of their teamwork. In fact, fire ants are experts at teamwork. They're pretty tiny, right? But when faced with large challenges like crossing a river, hundreds or thousands of fire ants can work together to build structures out of their own bodies, like rafts. As a result, they can carry the entire colony across the river. Collectively, they do what is necessary to save the entire group. We too can work together.
Rejoice. I've found a solution to Greta's transportation problem that will get her to Europe and help decrease our atrocious carbon footprint that's killing poor mommy Earth and stealing poor little Prince Philip, Greta, and Bill Gates' futures. We must use the extra people's surplus human bodies to make a giant raft that can bring this brave, 16-year-old human shield back to Europe so she can help the good grown-ups at the global banks and corporations create the happy, sustainable, totalitarian world government to fight the #climate crisis that is our fault because we exist. Nature provides the answers and the wisdom of children will guide us on our journey to sustainability on our renewable carbon-neutral giant human corpse raft.
The things humans fear most is that we will be powerful beyond our belief.
I am empowered beyond my belief to take #climate action against myself to save the planet from myself by drinking cockroach milk, eating vegan kibble, putting the pee-pee in the poo-poo, and sterilizing myself. I am not deceived. I am not being programmed to self-destruct by toxic weaponized pop culture. I'm going to ask my wife's boyfriend if this sustainable giant human corpse raft is vegan friendly.
How do you do that? I have visions of, putting up. Oh, we say it's quite simple. I blindfolded them.
There we go. Microphone check. Mic is working. Got the microphone working. Jessica's here. Not weaving. Not knitting. It's people who are watching this probably think it's a joke when I can't figure out what it's called that Jessica's doing every time. But I legitimately cannot figure out what it is that Jessica's. No, I'm not. I'm really not very intelligent. I'm a very dumb person. It's crochet. It's crochet. It's kind of a running joke that we have, but it's also I don't know the difference between crocheting and knitting. I know it's not weaving. I know it's not weaving. Weaving is when you have the thing. The thing. The square thing. Anyways, you bigots don't care. Jessica's over here flexing her toxic femininity on me, trying to out-woman me. I don't know. I'm kind of sick of being a woman, though. Ever since I became trans, first of all, I'm just not emotional enough. I don't think it fits. It doesn't really fit. Second of all, I can't figure out the difference between knitting and weaving. So I feel like I've kind of lost my woman card. Knitting and crochet. Damn it. Knitting and crochet and weaving now. It all just blends into one, doesn't it? All right, guys. It's been a few days. Had a little sore throat. I had that a little bit of that Delta plus. Delta plus. It feels good too. It feels good. Super spreading. I'd be super spreading. I'd be cruising around town, hacking lung everywhere. No, I'm just kidding. I've been completely, you guys, seriously. This is really serious. This is the Delta plus, and I am so scared. So I've just been staying home. Been wearing double masks all day. I only take them off to do these streams. And I got a little bit of a sore throat, but it probably has nothing to do with my constant state of fear and wearing double masks everywhere, right? I use the pure graphene, organic, okay? Organic fair trade graphene masks. So I think I'm good. Yeah, we got the YouTube crew. We also got the Rockfin crew checking in. First half's gonna be, shoot, I almost blew it right there. First half is gonna be YouTube friendly. First half is gonna be fully YouTube friendly. I'm gonna remember to be a good little boy, little girl. I misgender myself. Is that a hate crime? Can you commit a hate crime against yourself? Can I charge myself for a hate crime? Get on that, Susan Wojcicki. Help me out with that. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna be good today because I'm on YouTube for the first half. But the second half, we're going hard. Second half is no holds barred. Second half, we're going uncensored. We're talking about everything that we've seen drop the last couple of days. Right, that hot new technocracy, that hot new global technocracy drop that's happening in France, happening in the UK, being propagandized slowly in the US, rolling out even in South America. Right, it's everywhere. So we're talking about that, but we're gonna ease into it. We'll ease into it, guys. We'll ease into it, guys. But first of all, we gotta say thank you to the Rockfin crew over there. We got a little bit bigger crowd on YouTube today. Crowds usually split between Rockfin and YouTube. Rockfin's second half exclusive. I'm gonna pin that in the chat on YouTube. You guys can go over there to the Rockfin second half. You can watch on YouTube for now. Hey, but pull up a tab on Rockfin. I would say pull it up in browser because the browser allows you to tip. Yeah, Rockfin is fantastic. Runs smoothly. Runs super smooth, and we'll be doing the second half over there on Rockfin. First half YouTube and on Rockfin. But a big shout out to the homies and the homettes, okay, and the home transes and the homesers over there on Rockfin. You guys are freaking awesome. You guys are freaking cool. You guys are always throwing them tips out there. You guys are throwing tips out there more than the YouTube crew. So the YouTube crew, if you guys like the stream, if you enjoy the chat, then make sure to support with Streamlabs. The Streamlabs link is right here. If I had some mods, if I had some dang mods, my mods could help me out. I got no mods in my chat right now. Bunch of turncoat mods. Bunch of turncoat modses. I'll put my own link in the chat. Support the stream. Get your questions or comments read live using the Streamlabs link. That is an annoying bug, isn't it? Can we see if you can chase that off? Where? It's outside somewhere. Turn on a light and go out there and smash that thing. It's like a cicada.
I don't hear anything.
Okay. I don't care if you don't hear anything. I hear it. It's like a drone. All right. Rockfin crew. There it is. See? There's a loud cricket outside. Or maybe it's a grasshopper playing us its leg banjo. Okay. All right. Someone says, Tristan, please get on Andrew Kaufman. Hey, man, if anybody has suggestions on people you want to see on the show, people that, reasonable people that would actually come on and actually talk to me. You can't be like, Tristan, you got to get on. You should just have you ever thought about inviting that guy Tucker Carlson? You should get AOC on your show, bro. No, ooh, you love to racism, bro. I'm not gonna be able to get AOC. Joe Biden's not gonna come on for an interview. The head of the CDC is not gonna come on. But if you got reasonable ones, like someone's mentioning Andrew Kaufman, definitely email me, Tristan@primaledgehealth.com. Shout out to the Rockfin crew. We're going to read some of these tips over there on Rockfin. Thank you guys. You guys keep this channel alive. You guys keep it going. And you guys are awesome. Harold Ellender, tip $5, says Christ is risen. Absolutely, man. Truly, he is risen. Truly, he is risen. Thank you very much for that tip. I appreciate that. Kate, tip $20, says, thank you for sharing the words of St. Paisios during your last stream. I'm grateful to have heard them. Thank you for this content. Hey, Kate, thank you. I'm glad. It's funny. Jessica and I were talking a little bit, very briefly, about Elder Paisios, St. Paisios, and we've got a few things right here. Actually, might have to mention St. Paisios and read a few of his words of wisdom tonight as well. So thank you very much. And St. Paisios is amazing, and may he pray for us, and may we be guided by the wisdom of the saints and the lives of the saints in these difficult times. Just for kicks, Tipping $20. Tipping $20 says transphobic trans. Thank you very much. Just for kicks for that big fat $20 tip. Mick Ale also tipping $10. There we go. Look at that. Mick Ale tipping $10. What did Mick Ale say? Did Mick Ale say anything? Mick Ale didn't say anything. Mick Ale. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Make sure there's... Oh, there we go. John McGann says double masked again here in SoCal. Yeah, the mask mandate's back in some places, supposedly in LA County. We might get a little bit into that later on when it's Rockfin exclusive. But we're going to talk a little bit. We're going to talk about our good friends, the vegans. We're going to talk about our good friends. Our good friends, the vegan. But we got Thomas Green over there donating $5 on Streamlabs. Says, did you get a new camera? Quality looks awesome, man. I did not get a new camera. I just used this camera that I already had. I used this camera that I actually realized that I could have used a year ago. Fix the angle on that, baby. Look at that camera. That camera is nice. So yeah, I'm just using the camera that I could have used a year ago. I thought I had to get a special cable, but they ended up putting out actually some software. Canon put out some software. So, yep, I got that. Look at that camera. Look at this camera's nice. It is a nice camera. And the lens is pretty good too. All right, anyways, guys, enough of this. Enough of this nonsense. You bigots on YouTube, you better catch up. The Rockfin bigots are tipping bigger than you guys. Got a lot more support from Rockfin. All right, support the stream. If you enjoy the stream, go over there to Rockfin for the second half. Here we go. We got our good friends, the vegans. We got to check out the vegans. What are we going to check out first? Oh, that's what we're doing. Here. We'll start over here. Excuse me. Not starting with this. We're going over here. Pulling up my Chrome. Pulling up my Chrome tab. Here we go. Veganism. It's back. Veganism's back. And, oops, we've got news for you guys. We got news for you bigots. Veganism obviously does veganism feminize men? Right? Obviously, it doesn't. There's so many examples of how it doesn't. How it couldn't possibly feminize men. And there are so many men. There are so many men out there who are sick of the lies. They're sick of the distortions. And they're out there setting an example for us. So we've got our good friend, E-Girl, Vegan Gains. Vegan Gains, everybody's favorite OnlyFans star. OnlyFans star. I think his wife is more the star, but I know Vegan Gains, he's been really pumping that OnlyFans. So sex worker, Vegan Gains, and Philosophy King, right? Sex worker, Philosopher King. Not Philosophy King. Philosopher King. Richard. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. We're going to talk... So, everyone, today we're going to talk about, does soy make you feminine? Because some people have been saying that it does. Well, I think it doesn't. Okay, everyone?
Scientific evidence. This makes no sense. Like, Paul, where is the research showing soy consumption has feminizing effects in men?
Did you see this yet?
Soy does not have any feminizing effects in men.
I know.
If soy is feminizing, then show me the fucking evidence, Paul.
Show us.
Paul,
Where's the
drink
evidence?
2 glasses of soy milk every day, and I eat a block of tofu maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Paul, where is your scientific evidence? This makes no sense. Like, Paul, where is the research showing soy consumption has feminizing effects in men?
It's true.
Soy does not have any feminizing effects in men. If soy is feminizing, then show me the fucking evidence, Paul. Oh, Paul,
Come on,
I
Paul.
drink 2 glasses of soy milk every day, and I eat
Just
a
loop
block
this
of
for him.
tofu maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Paul, where is your scientific...
Where is your scientific evidence, Paul? Where is your scientific evidence? I drink 2 glasses of soy milk every day, Paul. Wow. Wow, Vegan Gains. Vegan Gains. He never ceases to deliver. Thank you very much, Vegan Gains.
Oh, Paul, I drink 2 glasses...
Okay, no, we're done with you. We're done with you,
Paul,
Vegan Gains.
I
I want to see the
drink 2
comments.
glasses-
Where are my comments? There were a bunch of comments on this one.
Paul, I drink 2 glasses of...
We're gonna look at that. We were gonna look at the comments, but I guess you can't see the comments. There we go. See the comments. Look at that. We got a blue check mark checking in. You know it's a legitimate opinion, right? You know it's a legitimate opinion when a blue check mark comes in. You got actually Kelly Slater. You know who Kelly Slater is?
Yeah, he's a skateboard person.
No, it's a skateboard person.
He's a surfer.
He's a skateboard. Yeah, he's a skateboard person.
I think he is.
No.
No.
He is a surfer. He's like the most famous surfer in the world, Kelly Slater. Anyways, I don't know how Kelly Slater found the page, but that was pretty cool that he actually made a comment. An amazing pitch for soy. That's actually really good. That's actually really good. Get it? Like, because the pitch, well, Kelly Slater, can you please show me the evidence that soy effeminizes men and makes them speak in a high-pitched, whiny tone, okay? I drink 1 glass of soy every day, Kelly. Okay, I would say that maybe your name effeminizes you because your name's a girl's name, but my name is Richard. So go ahead and check out my OnlyFans. If you want to see my vegan day, you can click on the link and go to my OnlyFans, where you can pay $5 a month to see abominable images of me in various positions. All right, vegan gays. All right, we're done with you. We're done with you over here. Look how mad he is. Show me the studies. Show me the studies. Look at that. You mentioned vegan gains, and Phoenix compilations pops up in the chat over on YouTube. I've not seen Phoenix compilations in like a year. Phoenix compilations, big shout out to Phoenix compilations. What's up, dude? Good to see you in the chat there. Show me the evidence, Paul. Okay. Hi, everyone. All right. Enough of that. Enough of that. We need more definitive proof, right? Yeah. We could show you a few cherry-picked, effeminized vegans screaming in an emotional manner at themselves in a screen and selling their wives' bodies on OnlyFans. That's easy. Anybody can do that. Paul. Who is Paul, by the way? If I were Paul, I would not be afraid. If I was Paul, I would not be very intimidated, unfortunately. All right, vegan gains. Let's see some more of the evidence of vegan gains. We've got ABC News. Hopefully we don't get hit with a copyright strike.
Made from stuff guys need. You look like more of a man with a quarter-pounder in your hand.
This notion of meat and masculinity has been around forever. Both men and women associate the more meat you eat, the more masculine you are perceived to be.
Yeah, okay. Nobody thinks that. First of all, nobody thinks that. Nobody thinks that just eating meat inherently makes you masculine. Eating meat is something that men have always done. It's also something that women have always done. Can you believe that? Did you know that half of all human beings are women? Did you know that half of all human beings has also always eaten meat? Right? Since the flood, since after the flood, all of those people, right? I guess the socially responsible way to call them now would be birthing people. Birthing people also eat meat. So you don't see this trope, like Earthling Ed says, oh, they have this trope of just like, meat makes you masculine, but it's like, it doesn't make you masculine. Meat does not make you masculine. In fact, what really makes you masculine is using feminine manipulation techniques to get people to do what you want and behave as you want them to, like a vegan activist does. Earthling Ed, remember that video? We put clips in one of these intro videos that we use of everybody's favorite gelfling, effeminate gelfling, Earthling Ed, talking about this. Oh, the media just tells you to eat meat because it makes you masculine. And it's just made up. It's a marketing thing that's just made up. No. Meat is essential, right? You have essential amino acids and essential fatty acids. Okay? You have compounds like DHA and EPA. Those are only found in animal foods, right? Like fish right? You have you have taurine, carnitine. These highly important amino acids that for some reason are not actually even considered essential, right? Carnitine and taurine. However, carnitine is crucial for brain function. Taurine as well. So you've got all these compounds in meat that your body requires. In fact, animal foods, meat, beef, fish, shellfish, eggs, dairy, these foods contain every single nutrient that the human body requires in their most easily digestible and bioavailable form. Now, this is why when people are sick, that's why when people get sick, Mama always makes them chicken soup. Why do you think that is? Why do you think it's not Mommy makes you a cold pot of tofu and lentils? Why do you think Mommy doesn't make you a nice warm, flaccid Bill Gates Beyond Burger with kale wrap? Right, kale wrapped Beyond Burger from the store. Why do you think it's chicken soup? Why do you think it's bone broth? Because these are foods that are inherently good, and we know it, and we've always known it. Right? Your grandmama, your granddaddy, their great-grandma, your grandma's great-grandma ate meat. Right? It's not a sign of masculinity. It's an essential source of nutrition for human beings. Right? You can't live off of bread alone. You can go long periods fasting on nothing but plant foods. But we know the body breaks down. We've always known that the body breaks down in the absence of those essential nutrients that are found in their most bioavailable form in animal foods. Of course, these are the foods that are under attack. And they associate this with masculinity, which is also, of course, under attack. Right? So eating meat is toxic masculinity. This is what these people are really saying. Well, the more meat you eat, the more masculine you are. Let's do a little physiognomy check on this guy. Right? Is this the face of the new male, the new masculinity? I would say this is actually the face of toxic masculinity, right? A wincing, cockeyed prostitute flouncing about in front of a camera for what is this, ABC News, Australia, right? Completely emasculated. Who knows what he had to do and what he had to eat to get this job? They're talking about, oh, well, yeah, meat's toxic masculinity. Does meat make you masculine? Oh, it's just a stereotype, right? And we all know stereotypes are just completely made up, no basis in truth whatsoever. We have no idea why people think that meat is good for you and that men like to eat meat. Right? It's an attack not on just the food supply, but also on masculinity in general. Because what's wanted is a population of effeminized new males. Effeminized, cutesy-pootsy. I just care what my neighbor thinks about me. I just care about being cool like the celebrities on the TV and like the e-celebs whoring themselves on OnlyFans. Male. That's what they want. Not real men. They want actual toxic masculinity. So then they brand real men as toxic masculinity. Right? Traditional values. Oh, that's toxic masculinity. Right? Traditional families. Toxic masculinity. Eating traditional foods that you can produce on your own land. Clearly, that's toxic masculinity. We can't have any of that. So again, this is part of why Australia is in the position it's in. This is just from a few weeks ago. It was May 19th, 2021. Like 6 weeks ago they put this out. I got 14 seconds in. Let's go. Let's listen.
That is just one of the many findings from No Meat May's 2021 survey of 1,000 people. It found 30% of men said they would never give up meat or animal products, compared to just 19% of women.
Over the decades, women have been socialized to care about what they're eating, mostly from the point of view of what I eat is going to affect what I look like.
I just want to eat what I want to eat.
Okay, not trying to be mean, but yeah, what you eat's gonna affect what you look like. Chick with rainbows and unicorns on your shirt. What you eat does affect what you look like, right? We know this. You know this, man.
like.
I just want to eat what I want to eat.
The opposite of that is that men have been socialized not to care about those things.
Men feel threatened by this concept of plant-based food or people taking their meat away.
Oh, men feel oh, they even use Earthling Ed. They even use it. And of course, look at, they paste his face on like some jacked ass bodybuilder, roided up bodybuilder. When in real life, Earthling Ed looks like a gelfling and a character from a Tim Burton movie. Made a baby and fed it on soy formula, then raised it on Disney movies. That's the physiognomy check on Earthling Ed. But listen to what this guy says. Back to Ryan Alexander, No Meat May co-founder. It looks like a dude that practices what he preaches, right?
This concept of plant-based food this feel threatened.
Care about those things.
Men feel threatened by this concept of plant-based food or
men feel threatened. Right? It's like this call. Oh, what are you, a pussy? Why do you feel threatened? Men are threatened by this concept of plant-based foods. It's like this passive aggressive throwing jabs. Oh, if you feel so threatened by us trying to take away your traditional foods and tax meat out of existence, maybe you should man up. Why are you so scared? Why are you so scared of going plant-based? Get out of here, guy. Literally shaming you into not wanting to eat the kibble. Oh, men feel threatened by Bill Gates buying up 30% of all the farmland in America and trying to push everybody to force them to eat plant-based meat in smart city coffin apartments where all their movement is tracked and traced, where they have no freedom. These men, they just feel threatened. They're such pussies. Those men are such pussies. Why are they so threatened? What are they so afraid of? Eat the kibble, bigots. Don't be such a pussy. Don't be such a pussy.
Based food or people taking their meat away.
Real men eat meat, and going vegan makes you a weak soy boy.
There's Earthling Ed's like actual. This is what his actual frame looks like. Except he probably got some little B cups.
More than 70% of men opted to live a shorter life rather than giving up meat.
Okay, and that's a false dichotomy. I'm just gonna pull this over. That's a false dichotomy. That's a false dialectic there.
Rather than percent of
vegan makes you a weak.
There you go.
And going vegan makes you a weak soy boy.
More than
Listen to this huge distortion. Either give up meat or live a shorter life. That's not how it is. Guess what? Guess what, buddy? No meat Monday president or whatever. You know who the longest living population in the world is? The longest living population in the world is Hong Kong. Guess what? Guess what population in the world eats the most meat each year per capita? Right, the most meat consumed, not the total meat consumed, the most meat per capita, right, per person on average. Hong Kong. What? I thought meat's bad for you. I thought meat's... Oh, you think meat's bad for you? You think Bill Gates, who says the number one goal of his foundation is to reduce the human population. You think the Rockefeller Foundation, founded on the principles of social engineering and creating a manageable class of socially engineered underlings. Do you think the Rockefeller Foundation funded and started on the very principles of decreasing human population and social engineering that human population into being malleable, good little slaves, right? Founded on the principles of eugenics and of social control? You think that they are pushing plant-based diets because they want you to live long? The people who tell you they want you to die. The people who tell you they want less people on this planet. Come on. The longest lived population in the world eats the most meat. In fact, every single culture consumes significant amount of animal foods and will prioritize those animal foods over plant foods, even in great abundance of plant foods, as you see in areas like these island populations in Polynesia. where there are inland populations who were at war at times with the coastal populations on some of these islands. The inland populations would have access to tons of tubers, tons of fruit, right? And they would be at war with these coastal people, and they would still trade for animal foods. They would still trade for shellfish and fish from the coast with the people that they were at constant war with because they needed that food so badly. This is, you want to learn a little bit more about that, a great source for learning about pre-Western habits as far as nutrition and health and culture goes, right before, like the what Dr. Weston A. Price called the displacing foods of commerce become the major food sources for peoples. Check out the book, Nutrition and Physical Degeneration by Dr. Weston A. Price. All right, great resource for anybody who wants to go a little bit deeper into the fundamentals of nutrition and learn a little bit. There's a glass rolling around out there. Can you go get that? Check that out. Weston A. Price, Nutrition and Physical Degeneration. All right, here we go.
70% of men opted to live a shorter life rather than giving up meat.
1/3 of men also believed humans are meant to eat meat.
There's a link between
1/3. So that's a big one. That's a big one. They got a bunch of dummies taking this.
protein, where people actually think, well, meat is the only place you can get protein from, which is completely crap. Focusing.
Okay. Meat is the most bioavailable and complete protein. You're not going to get a complete protein from any single plant source. You've got to mix and match. The bioavailability of that protein is super low in plant sources. Right? And you get a lot of these vegans say, oh, look, you mix rice and beans, and that's a complete protein. On paper it is, but you've also got tons of anti-nutrients. You've also got an abundance of anti-nutrients that will block the uptake of these actual nutrients that are locked in this matrix of indigestible fiber. Anti-nutrients, right, like lectins, phytates, oxalates. And so you look at something like spinach. Right? Oh, it's got calcium in it. You don't need to drink milk. You're going to drink another animal's milk? What are you, a baby cow? Say the vegans, oh, you can just have kale or spinach. Right, yeah, on paper, spinach is going to have a certain amount of calcium. I forget how many milligrams per 100 grams of calcium in spinach. But guess what? There's something else called oxalic acid in spinach. When you consume oxalic acid, that becomes in your body, when it comes in contact with calcium oxalate. That can create what's called calcium oxalate kidney stones, crystals that form in your kidneys from those anti-nutrients stemming from the oxalic acid in there that will bind up to minerals like manganese, magnesium, and calcium, blocking the uptake of these minerals. Now, animal foods have this in the most easily digestible and bioavailable form. Animal foods give you all the nutrients you need in the most easily digestible, bioavailable form, and that's why they're so under attack. That's why they're so under attack.
On protein and working out at the gym and body dysmorphia and wanting to look a certain way.
So wanting to look healthy, now this is body dysmorphia, right? Oh, like working out at the gym, like not being fat, this body dysmorphia. Come on.
Working out at the gym and body dysmorphia and wanting to look a certain way harks back to those really traditional toxic masculinity stereotypes.
Oh, yeah, so being healthy, not being fat, that's a toxic masculinity stereotype. Okay, that's bad. Being healthy is bad. Toxic masculinity. But eating replacement foods produced in factories by people who openly say they want you dead, that's good. Right? Don't be a bigot.
I need to be strong.
Oops. Just had a little blip in my internet. How's my connection, guys? Let me check on the chat here. What's going on? Look at all you bigots on Rockfin. What's up, guys? Bill Scroggs tipping $10 says, sick of medical tyranny. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. We're all sick of it. Unfortunately, my brothers and sisters out there, it is not looking like it's going to get any easier. All right, I mean, we're gonna talk about this in the second half. We're going deep in this in the second half on Rockfin exclusively, right? But part of this we've been talking about for years here. Part of this is a full-on assault on the food supply. Part of this is a demonization of the foods that you can actually grow on your own homesteads, right? Meat, eggs, cheese. Part of this is a full-on assault on that, which is an assault on your health, which is an assault on your food sovereignty, right? On your ability to actually feed your own family on your own land. But also, this is an attack just on your health in general, right? This lovely, attractive woman, beautiful woman, okay? Almost as beautiful as a woman as I am. And that comes a lot. That means a lot coming from me because I'm, hello?
What?
Compliment. Because she's over here freaking weaving. Over here weaving with her little knitting needle. Thank you. Beautiful woman too. Say it so that the bigots can hear it. Call me beautiful. Why are you laughing? I'm sorry, we're having marriage issues right now. My lesbian wife is starting to make me feel like she might doubt my beauty and my femininity. You don't even know what furry is. Oh, man. All right, whatever. Just move on, right? Inshallah. Okay. So, yeah, we're sick of the medical tyranny. I'm sick of the toxic femininity.
Yeah.
Coming from somebody in my family. And yeah, let me come over here and say what's up. Look at that. Where are my mods? Where are my mods? My traitorous, treacherous, turncoat ass mods over here. My mods should be in the chat reminding you guys that none of you on YouTube have supported except one person. only one of you guys have thrown out of Streamlabs. Thomas Green, top bigot of the chat. Thomas Green gets a free lifetime supply of gaslighting from the mainstream media in return for that super chat. Thank you very much, Thomas. Appreciate that, dude. Everybody in the chat, if you like it, share the freaking videos. Share them. Hit the thumbs up. Share the videos. YouTube will not share this. I guarantee you, YouTube will not share this. You cannot catch the Delta plus variant from me through the computer. I promise you. Okay. I don't promise you that I'm not going. Okay, I can't even make jokes. You can't even make jokes about what you're gonna do with your Delta plus infected snot rags these days. My goodness. Oh, my goodness. Can't even make jokes. You can't even say that you're gonna take your. Don't do it. I won't do it. I could do it on Rockfin. No, but you guys, seriously though, this is really, these are very difficult times. Okay, did you guys know we're in the middle of a pandemic? You know that if a pandemic never ends, you can always say that you're in the middle of one. And it's horrible, you guys. You don't want it. It's like you get a slightly runny nose and a little bit of a sore throat for a couple days. Legitimately horrific. Horrific. I can't tell you how horrific it is. All right, so everybody who's watching on YouTube, bigots in the chat. Bigots in the chat on YouTube. Share the video, like the video. And support via the Streamlabs link there, guys. If you got questions, comments you want answered, or if you just like the streams and you want to keep these streams coming. Same with the homies over there on Rockfin. Shout out to everybody on Rockfin. Thank you guys for the support. Rockfin bigots are big supporters compared to the YouTube bigots. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Tisk, tisk, tisk. All right, let's go back. I'm done dealing with you bigots. Bigots on YouTube who refuse to send your Streamlabs. Now go over there to Rockfin. Second half's going to be free while we're live. Second half later on, probably after tomorrow. We'll put that as private, right? We've got about half the videos up on Rockfin that are fully uncensored, right? The second half of a lot of the streams we've been doing for like the last 4 months are uncensored on Rockfin. About half of those are up for free. About half of those are as premium members-only content. If you're watching for free on Rockfin right now, please consider becoming a member, a subscriber. Become a subscriber and get access to all the free, all the premium content as well as that free content. And if you just want to watch for free, all good. All good. You can make a free profile. It takes less than 10 seconds. You can just invent an email. You don't even have to use a real email. Spoiler alert. You don't have to use a real email if you don't want to. And you can get a free account over there on Rockfin and watch for free. Second half of this is going to be exclusively on Rockfin. We're going deep. We're going to be talking about the global social credit passport, medical apartheid system that is being rolled out and announced. And we invite you guys to join over there. So yeah, let's finish this. Finish this madness.
I need to be unemotional.
The meatloaf! Ryan Alexander believes many men have been taught these habits from birth.
It's a barbecue and Aussie barbecue.
I had 6 older female cousins who, they stayed in the kitchen, and I went out as the 7-year-old with the tongs with Grandpa, to cook the meat.
You can't be cooking meat over a flame.
There's a meathead culture where we're taught that, from a very young age, this is what being a man is about. Avoiding meat and dairy.
Man, I don't know if you guys hear that wind. It is raging. The wind is raging outside. That's insane. Whew. Strong winds. I'm sick of the wind. I want my rain back. Toxic masculinity wind.
It's the thing that we can do as individuals to reduce our environmental impact.
Yet, despite
reduce our environmental impact. So again, this gaslighting that you're always saying, oh, it's good for the planet, everything you do, eating meat, having property, breathing, right? And you just exhaling. For the last year and a half, it's really shown that they hate you being able to breathe. They want to cover that face. They want to cover your face. Us being made in the image and likeness of God. These people want to cover your face, take away your most important foods, brand you as environmental toxins, and tell you that all the foods you need are bad.
1% of men saying they care about the environment. 79% of them said they wouldn't stop eating meat even if it would help the planet.
It's about this idea.
It shows you, even though all this gaslighting, even though you have spent billions of dollars on a weaponized pop culture to tell us that we are bad, that our food supply, that we require, right? These foods that we require, the foods that you can actually produce locally, those are bad. People will still not give them up. You will have to force them to give them up. And that's the next stage. That's what they're rolling into.
Of perhaps not caring about things like animal rights and how my consumption of meat might be affecting climate change.
Outdated stereotypes about masculinity. Ryan wants to change.
What's more masculine than protecting the planet, saving lives, living healthy so you can be here for the people you love?
Okay, so again, just the same old crap. It's what's more masculine? Saving the planet. You're gonna be like Captain Planet. Is it Captain Planet? He's like jacked and hot. He has like green hair. He's got like green hair or whatever. Like, what's more masculine than Captain Planet? Don't you want to be like him? Captain Planet's like literally saving the world. It's gonna take pollution down to 0. Like Bill Gates is gonna bring the population to 0. Don't you want to be like him? Ew. We got Shaner. Look at that. We got a tip over here. Shaner tipping $2 says, you might not know the difference between knitting and crocheting, but she doesn't know the difference between soldering and brazing. Ha!
Soldering and braising.
She thinks this is like food.
Braising is in the oven. Soldering is what you do in the metal.
Okay. Brazing you also do in the middle. All right. Thank you very much, Shaner. Thank you very much. Flexing on my toxic femininity wife here with some of your toxic masculinity. I appreciate that. That is much appreciated. Look at that. We finally got one mod. One of my turncoat unloyal mods finally coming over here. What's going on? Okay. Read Father Seraphim Rose is laughing at you saying braising in the oven. Yeah, I knew you would interpret like that. Because she braised some what was that, short ribs? Those are so good. She braised some short ribs. She made a bunch of duck wings, dude. Did you braise those? You should have braised those. Then I would have eaten them. Were they good?
I didn't know so.
They were not even good.
I think it's slow cooked.
Slow cooked, okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, anyways, toxic masculinity. It's toxic masculinity. All right, we got our friend over here, vegan phobic. Look at that, 14,000 views now. I think it had like 10,000 when I saw it. There we go, 14,000 views so far. Shout out to vegan phobic, our buddy Bevan over there. Vegan phobic. We gotta check out this compilation. We gotta check out this compilation before we get into the next segment. There we go. Oops. That wind is insane. I'm like, it feels like you're on a ship. It's like going through like you're going through heavy surf in a ship or something. It's crazy over here.
Like family, does your boy finish aloft? And this is the. What is up?
All right, dude. He makes some of the funniest vegan compilations. Let me make sure you guys can see it. Yes, you can. Our friend Vegan Phobic. He's a huge vegan phobe, which we like. Toxic masculinity. There you go. Vegan soy boy compilation.
What is up? Hello, like.
I love that. It's like every vlogger.
What?
All right. Checking himself out in the viewfinder. Yeah. Always got to start out with a soy face. Always got to have that. What is up, everybody? Faking a little confidence. Woo! I'm just here in my living room. This is the 5th time I shot this. I'm all alone, and I feel like a freaking weirdo because I've been doing this for 5 takes now. Woo!
What is up? Hello, like family. Does your boy finish aloft? And this is the channel where we destroy illusions one breath at a time. Illusion destroyed. And today's video is going to be about my intermittent fasting. On top of my raw vegan.
Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. So I've been vegan now, guys, for well over 8.5 years, approaching 9 years.
What was this video on? Vegan diet made me lose my hair. It's always like, it's always like a defense thing. Right? Hey, does vegan make you a soy boy? Yeah, right. Look at me. Hey, I've been vegan for 4 days. Think you can't build muscle on a vegan diet? 4 days vegan, bro. Haven't lost any muscle. Look at them gains, dog. It's always like, hey, I'm vegan, and I could still tie my shoes. Don't you think I'm cool? Hey, you think vegans can't tie their shoes? Well, I wear Converse high tops, and I tie them every day.
Guys, for well over 8.5 years, approaching 9 years.
Whoa.
And some wine from our metro wine country.
Actually, it's a sparkling wine, no less.
Sparkling.
I have been forgetting a lot to say goodbye.
So I'm ready to just enjoy a Saturday night.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome to the new episode of Vegan News.
So
many universities today that are banning animal products, or most of the time beef, to be more environmental friendly when it comes to their diet on the university campuses. And it's so nice to see another university joining this trend. Talking about the UK,
I do work out every day, but I don't always work out in the morning.
All right, so what other like niche are people, who's gonna post, here we go, I do push-ups every day, like filming yourself doing whatever 20 push-ups.
But oftentimes
Who
I'll
does
do 40
this?
to 50 push-ups just to get the blood flowing and wake me up.
Still recognize the reality that the life of a non-human animal, the life and liberty of a non-human animal is worth far more.
Dude, that's a sick flag you got behind you, dude. What country is that, by the way? Because I see a lot of like really sickly looking people that fly that country's flag. A lot of like really mentally ill people seem like they're from that country. Do you know what country that is with that flag that he's got behind him? They just seem like a lot of these mentally ill people seem to live there. I wonder if there's something to do with their diet, or perhaps like some of their cultural practices, like maybe some of the like exercises or like things that they like to do there would make it to where, I don't know, just they should figure it out. But I love the flag. It's a sweet flag.
than human temporary taste pleasure.
So it was kind of hard over the years trying to find a good vegan floss. It's waxed with something.
It's so freaking hard to find a good vegan floss. He's right.
Not beeswax. So that will be the biggest thing that will make floss not vegan. It'll be coated with beeswax.
Ooh,
Today I'm going to be showing you
bee
everything
exploitation.
that I eat in a typical day as a fit vegan. Let's give it a little taste test.
La barbería es un arte. Junto a Triana, armamos este curso para que te
ads.
barbería.
Here we go.
Sometimes as vegans it feels like we're stuck in some sort of groundhog.
I feel like you guys can't hear anything when that wind comes through like that. That's the strongest wind we've seen, right? It's got to be the strongest wind we've seen. It feels like it's gonna move the home. Like our house is gonna just like it's gonna catch a draft underneath the roof and just maybe lift up off the foundation a little bit. We're gonna fly. I feel like we accidentally built a giant kite on the top of a mountain at this point. No, we'll be all right.
Where every single day we have to get up and talk to people about soy farming. Like we're stuck in some sort of ground.
Little taste test.
Yeah.
Sometimes as vegans it feels like we're stuck in some sort of groundhog day, where every single day we have to get up and talk to people about soy farming and the environmental impact of soy farming. And unfortunately,
he has to, man. He's got to take out the white man's burden. Every single day he's got to talk to people about soy farming and how they should all eat soy instead of meat.
Today is no different because today's video is about the environmental impact of soy farming.
So let's get started. With the first exercise, which is going to be the pull-ups. If I can beat my PR of 2.
Yeah. Ripped. 1. All the way down. Go. 2. Amazing. Go for a third. Ooh. 2.5.
No, our spirits are entangled.
Oh.
My spirit
These are my spirit animals right here. I love
is
them.
running through a cable.
I was trying to be romantic. Like our hearts and spirits are entangled because we're gonna spend forever together.
What are you making for lunch?
Sigh. That's sigh. Wow.
Like our hearts and spirits are entangled because we're gonna spend forever together.
What are you making for lunch?
Red lentil jelly.
That's true love.
Of course.
I wish that's the thing about, like, look, close your ears for a second. Okay. All right. With all the problems that me and my wife, who won't admit that she's a lesbian, and who's constantly shoving her toxic femininity in my face and trying to out-woman me since I became a woman, we've got problems, but she's pretty cool. Are you listening? Don't listen.
No, my ears are
Don't listen. Don't speak either. Shh. Stop. Stop. Don't respond. Just don't look. Just sit there on your knitting thing. Just keep weaving with your knitting needles. Anyways, man, talk about attitude, right? All right. So for all the problems we have in our marriage since I became a woman, I still, like, it's still worth it. It's still worth to, like, push through the difficulties, to push through all our problems. But I wish I could find a woman that would sigh at me like this woman sighs at him when he says something romantic. She just laughs at me. Look, she's sitting over here giggling at me. I told her not to listen. She's still listening. Can you stop listening? Earmuffs. Okay. Look at this.
What are you making for
That's
lunch?
sigh.
Forever together.
What are you?
Entangled because we're gonna spend forever together.
What are you making?
Wish somebody would look at me and sigh like that. Imagine, they have to be. They got to be doing a bit. There's no way they, like, left that in their video and edited it into their video. Maybe they're just good actors. Maybe they're just actually funny people. Give them the benefit of the doubt.
For lunch,
Red lentil jelly, of course. What else would it be?
right?
What?
So we got our amazing cuckoo rice cooker. Highly recommend one. They are mucho dinero, but they are the best.
Okay.
You even
I don't think Eddie has. Does anybody in the audience think that any rice has ever been amazing? Like, there's no such thing as amazing. There's rice. Rice is just rice. It's not amazing. Doesn't matter how you cook it. It's just rice. I'm sorry.
Have your name on your shirt. How cool are you?
Do I? Yeah, I do on this one.
Ew. Dude.
Hey, it's Mike here, and today, Emma.
Wait, did he have someone else film that? Someone else is filming that. He invited somebody over to film himself and to film him in the shower. Thank you.
Racism, man. I love to racism, bro.
Gregor is here. Look at that. Our old friend Gregor is back. I remember Gregor. Gregor donated $25. Has any idea what the mechanism of action for the soy face is? Yeah, it's like a submissive, insecure, like yeah, it's like I don't have real emotion, and I'm not a threat, and I'm just like a submissive little I'm just a submissive little manlet. I think that's what it is. Uh-oh, my internet just blipped. My internet's blipping. Hold on. If you guys, let me make sure we're still live. All right, we're still good. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have a theory, Gregor? What do you think? Some of these people that are like, they say it's like chimpanzees will do that. Like they'll show their teeth, like smile. Like I'm not a threat. It's like putting your hands up. Like I got no weapons. I got no weapons. Something like that, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. But Gregor, look at that. Gregor is now bigot numero uno over there on YouTube. We got the Rockfin bigots. Actually, I think Gregor might have overtaken the Rockfin bigots. Athos Chris tipped $10 over there. Thank you, Athos. Are you actually at Mount Athos? That'd be really cool. I feel bad for disturbing your your peaceful life as you go over there. Is there internet on Mount Athos? Probably not. Athos Chris tipping $10 says, "God bless you, sir." Thank you very much, Athos Chris. Nobody at Mount Athos is watching this nonsense. I hope not. All right. Appreciate that. Who else? Gregor. What do you think, Gregor? Number one bigot, Gregor over there. Anybody who enjoys the stream over there on YouTube, Gregor is the top bigot thus far. Top bigot will win a prize that I will make up later. I'll make up the prize that you win if you are the top supporter via Streamlabs. We got zero support from YouTube as a platform. In fact, YouTube removes at least 300 subscribers from our channel each month. No notifications for anybody. Never recommends this channel on the front page anymore. We've been given false strikes, right? Never gone against the community guidelines on this stream, on this channel, and have been given strikes by stupid ass YouTube. So we're 100% supported by you guys. All right. Second half's gonna be uncensored over there on Rockfin. I'm gonna finish watching this video though. So thank you guys very much for the support. Thank you guys on Rockfin. You come over and check in on Rockfin. Sean Tobin tipping $2. Says it's weird when all those meat-eating giant tyrannosaurs were running around eating meat. It didn't seem to have that big of an impact upon the planet. That was the asteroid's job. Yeah, I don't know. You're gonna have to ask Steven. We have to consult Steven Spielberg in Hollywood for that true history on that. John McGann. Oh, we already read that one. Thank you, everybody, for tipping. You guys are really being helpful through this difficult time as Jessica and the children and I deal with excuse me.
That's racism, man.
It is.
I love to racism, bro.
We all do. As we deal with the very difficult and completely dangerous, totally terrible, horrific Delta plus double plus Delta variant, okay? We got it, but don't worry. We are isolated, completely isolated. Our children have been locked in the shed for the last week as they've been coughing a little bit at night, and so we just, We want to make sure they're okay. They are all going to be re-inoculated with, they're going to be revaccinated, of course, with a double dose of Pfizer and Moderna, so they're safe. We are good global citizens, and yeah, so we've got them isolated. They've had no human contact. In fact, they haven't seen any sunlight. We slide their food, kind of like they do in solitary confinement in prison, through a small, we actually wrap ourselves in plastic wrap, completely plastic wrapped, and then put a bee suit on over the top of that. And we wear double graphene masks, of course, we use those graphene oxide masks, and we slide their food in a tray. We slide their plant-based kibble underneath this little tiny concrete slot that then we, of course, spray down with Lysol and fumigate the inside with a giant, like about a half can of Lysol, half to 3/4 of a can, depending on how much they complained in the wind. And then we close that slot and we keep them in there. So I think they'll be probably fine in a few more weeks. We've got to make sure that they maintain that quarantine about 14 days, and we'll see how flat the curves are, and then we'll move on. So Gregor donated $5 on Streamlabs, says, I wonder what % of carny keto eaters versus vegan vegetarians are getting the you-know-what. Getting that you-know-what. Yeah, I don't know. Veganism makes you immune to everything. Absolutely everything. It's a panacea. True panacea. All right, let's finish this.
Hey, it's Mike here, and today, am I a soy boy?
Yeah.
Have I been feminized by the lack of meat in my diet? Not enough dead animals to keep my man engine going?
Yeah.
Not enough infant growth formula, aka cow's milk, to fuel my
cow's milk? Oh, cow. I love how they have to hype themselves up and pretending like cheese and milk are so good. Infant growth formula for fat baby cows? Not for me. Not a chance, bro. I don't need that. I don't need that trash. I hate that. I hate cheese. I don't miss cheese at all. I have Beyond cheese. Yeah? I have microwave soy-based cheese. I don't miss real cheese.
Manliness. Does being the founder of the fraternity Soy Beta Beta at Potato U make me any less of a man?
And I'm with Dr. Gregor, who I've known for a long time.
Since she was this big.
Ooh. Whoa, dude. That's like a Jimmy Savile look. That is creepy. Creepy, Dr. Gregor. Bro, do you even self-awareness? You edited that photograph into your video, dude? There's no, Gregor, or whoever put that video up, maybe it was that girl, put that picture in there. Dude, if any man ever took a picture with your children like that, I would not say what I would do to them on YouTube, because it would violate community guidelines and possibly be a hate crime. Because he is a... Okay.
A couple questions about the safety of raising vegan kids.
So I like to start every single morning drinking a 1/4 gallon of water because I've experimented, and when I forget to drink water, I'm irritated, I'm not focused, and I'm just...
Dude, like what niche in the world? only veganism. Only in the vegan world. This is my tip. In the morning, I like to set up a camera and film myself shampooing my hair and then drink a 1/4 gallon of water, which I could have said 1 liter of water, but I say a quart. I could have said like 2 cups, or no, it's 4 cups. I could have said 4 cups of water, but instead I say a 1/4 gallon of water because it just makes me feel so good. It's just like really how I optimize my health.
Energy that I have when I drink more water, so I always start with water.
I'm not gonna lie, I've had so many hate comments. I am crying tears of soy right now.
And I usually like to get some cardio in, but since my ankle's busted, I'm just doing Can you gain muscle on eating just sweet, juicy foods?
Dude.
Yeah, and that's...
This is what is so sad. Like, they don't see themselves. They actually think that they look healthy. They think that they look healthy.
That's exactly what I did.
Today is Christmas. For us as humans, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Yet for the majority of beings on this planet, Christmas is a living nightmare, and it is the most violent day of the year. While us as humans can celebrate with friends, family, and loved ones, when we sit down at the table and dine on the flesh of an innocent animal, such as a turkey,
dude. Savage. Oh, 2.5. That's the vegan record. That was a clean 2.5. Oh man.
So this video is in response to vegan deterioration. I gave you my email address, so that way we can exchange cell phone numbers, so we can have like a video conversation back and forth. But you can't. You can't because again, vegans like myself, we make your channel look really bad. I know 10 vegans right now who are not on social media.
Wow. Whoa, hey, dude.
People are always like, where do you get your protein? Now, leafy greens are actually one of the highest foods. In protein on the planet.
Leafy greens, dude.
So I'm vegan and I eat leafy greens. And
hey everyone, welcome back to the channel.
Welcome.
That's the best clip. That's classic.
no, they don't compare.
It's creepy.
People are always like, where do you get your protein?
I'm always wondering that.
Leafy greens are actually one of the highest foods.
Oh. Damn, careful, dude. Watch that. You're gonna...
In protein on the planet.
Sick gains.
So I'm vegan and I eat leafy greens. And
hey everyone, welcome back to the channel.
Welcome back. This is a sample video for our latest podcast episode 113, which is a potluck podcast.
That's right.
Potluck podcast. Potluck podcast. I hope he had to be laughing at that when he edited that in. That was really funny. It's a potluck podcast.
Video for our latest podcast episode 113, which is a potluck podcast.
A potluck
we
podcast.
Threw a few things together. We respond to some listener questions as well as some news items that were requested by our listeners.
Okay, the only thing you have to do is you have to like get shots where I don't look like I'm retarded.
Like now?
What does this guy do? Wait, he's wearing a mask inside? They're wearing masks inside. That's vegan gains and ask yourself. Vegan gains and ask yourself, of course. They're close friends of the channel.
Okay, the only thing you have to do is you have to like get shots where I don't look like I'm
Dude, he's wearing a mask inside.
Like now?
Look. No, they're in their apartment setting up a home gym. That's a squat rack. They're vegan gains and him are both wearing masks. I mean that's a good thing. Since I'm on YouTube, I have to say that's a really good thing that they're wearing masks.
Which kind of, for some reason, I keep bending somehow.
Well, Paul, I drink 2 glasses of soy milk every day, and I eat a block of tofu maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Paul, where is your scientific evidence? This makes no sense. Like, Paul, where is the research showing soy consumption has feminizing effects in men? Soy does not have any feminizing effects in men. If soy is feminizing, then show me the fucking evidence, Paul. This makes no sense. Like, Paul, where is the research showing soy consumption has feminizing effects in men? Soy does not have any feminizing effects in men.
Obviously.
The dude is a personal trainer in Costa Rica, and this is him now, a 1.5 years into being vegan. He's eating a fucking flower here.
So obviously I'm vegan now, and most people want to know how was that process in the beginning when Christina and I first started dating.
My
arms.
You can see your muscle definition.
This is like
Whoa.
Started dating. My arms.
You can see your muscle definition.
Whoa, dude. This is just making Jessica sad at this point. She says, I don't know if you guys heard this. She said, this just makes me want to cry. No comment. I think she's saying she makes. Are you jealous?
Does he have breasts?
He's busty. He's a buxom young man.
I
That's what you didn't notice. That was the first thing I noticed.
No, I just saw like very skinny.
Yeah, but
Those are
that's
those, like,
dude.
on his way to being voluptuous.
Jessica says he's a voluptuous man.
This is like pretty normal. If you talk to any long-term raw foodist, they'll tell you that like going from cooked to raw, you get some mild like hot flashes.
But let's just listen anyway.
Thank you so much for coming out to my new YouTube channel, Koi's Corner. I know this is brand new and I'm brand new, especially with vlogging and talking to a camera, so I'm going to try to get better at it as time goes on.
It is the experience, what I learned, and
Whoa. All right, that's
vlogging and talking to a camera, so I'm going to try to get better at it as time goes on. YouTube channel, Koi's
2014.
Thank you so much for coming out to my new YouTube channel, Koi's Corner. I know this is brand new and I'm brand new, especially with vlogging and talking to a camera, so I'm going to try to get better at it as time goes on.
2014, like normal California stoner dude. You know, like, yeah. Okay.
Try to get better at it as time goes on.
Listen to this. 2019, that's...
it is the experience, what I learned, and the powerful time I had this spring when I was in Australia, where I spent...
How sick is this backdrop? Alright.
James asked me, dude. James asked me. I was supposed to debate James asked me. Well, I just remembered. James asked me was talking hell trash on Instagram, dude. James asked me. Dude, I can't believe the change in this guy's voice. That's insane. Listen to this.
It is the experience, what I learned, and the powerful...
But let's just listen anyway.
You that like some.
I can't believe this. This is
Thank you so much for
shocking.
coming out to my new YouTube channel, Koi's Corner. I know this is brand new and I'm brand new, especially with vlogging and talking to a camera, so I'm going to try to get better at it as time goes on.
Okay. I can't believe this.
It is the experience, what I learned, and the powerful time I had this spring when I was in Australia, where I...
All right, that's crazy. I have a theory, though, that the vegan diet is such a health panacea that he actually reverse aged. Okay, that's what happened here. That's what you're seeing here. All right, it's all right. Soy does not feminize you. It's just, he lost 10 years of biological age, and he's literally, like, he's physically become younger. He aged in reverse. That's what it is.
How sick is this backdrop?
Oh, sick,
So
dude.
someone asked me to make a video about dating non-vegans. And
really didn't like it, and this is what I want to talk to you guys about. First of all, short life update. I'm back here in Italy. I'm enjoying time with my loving family, cycling the hell out of my exist.
Richard, I wanted to tell you that you're the #1 influence for my parodies. So like,
yeah, you told me that before on Twitter.
Yeah. So
my parodies. Wow, bro, that's a huge compliment, dude. Imagine seeing vegan gains as a superior at anything. Imagine looking up to vegan gains, like as a role model. Look at all these people. Look at all them smiling.
I'm gonna pretend like my mind is just completely normal right now, and I'm not freaking out.
Oh, he's verklempt. Richard, I'm a little verklempt. I have to say, Richard, you're a huge influence on me, but I'm all verklempt. Richard, vegan gains. I'm so verklempt.
Yeah, this is all very, very surreal to me. It's just crazy. I just texted him. I'm like, yo, Richard's on my stream, and he's like, what the fuck? This is crazy.
Is he coming?
Yeah, I did. When Richard said in the chat, like, how do I get in? I immediately just like, it was like I
Your
just
heart just dropped.
like 2 tabs of LSD and just started peeking immediately.
Sometimes on this music, I feel like it should be.
Richard's joining the room again.
Oh shit!
It's established.
All right, shout out to Vegan Phobic, one of my favorite vegan phobes out there. Does soy feminize you? Look, obviously not, right? Obviously, soy does not feminize you. Well, what is this? Oh, what is this? Japanese researchers turned male fish into females. They used the compound found in soybeans. A team of researchers in Japan has succeeded in using a compound found in soybeans, similar in effect to female hormones, to turn male catfish into females. The team from Kinte University's, that Delta Plus, Aquaculture Research Institute, and based in the institute's Shingu Station in Shingu, Wakayama Prefecture, used isoflavone, a compound found in soybeans, similar in effect to female hormones, to create the all-female groups of catfish. The feat is a Japan first, according to the university, reports the Mainichi. Technique is being applied in order to boost production efficiency because females grow quicker to a required shipping weight of around 600 grams. So, an extract of the isoflavones from soy, straight up turning fish female, making all female catfish without the use of hormones, just using soy. There's another article on the same thing. How strange is that? How strange is that? Show me the evidence, okay? There is absolutely no evidence that soy makes you feminine. Hi everyone, this is Vegan Gains. And that is a wrap on the vegans. Alright, that was a much longer segment than we thought. Americans are finally eating bugs. That's the next one. We gotta talk about the bugs. Eat the bugs, bigot. Eat the bugs. Where'd it go? All right. Americans are finally eating bugs. What a great thing. Where'd that go? Here we go. NBC News. Cicada pizza, tacos, and sushi are being gobbled up. Why Americans are finally eating bugs. So just as if being feminized by soy isn't degrading enough for you. We're going to force you to eat freaking bugs now. And you see, I mean, this has been a running joke for a couple years now. Eat the bugs, bigot. Cockroach milk and all this. It's like every month they got to put something new out about why everybody should be eating bugs. And this World Economic Forum, Bill Gates, we're going to feed you precision fermented, fungal grown fake protein and bugs instead of meat, right? Food that comes from a laboratory instead of real foods. And this is, of course, this is so good for the planet. It's so good. It's so great. Newsflash, America. Almost everybody eats bugs but us. It may have surprised you to read about how the large brood X cicadas, emerging after 17 years underground, made for a delicious meal. But in fact, insects are a staple of diets around the world, and we're just catching up. Cicadas for dinner? It's about time. So, it's so good for you. We're just now starting to understand the positive impact that deliciousness can have on the planet. Because many insects are both more nutritious, rich in digestible proteins, key amino acids, and micronutrients, and far better for the environment than livestock. which can require a lot of land, water, and feed. Because, of course, land, water, and feed, that belongs to the elite. You guys aren't allowed to have that. That belongs to Bill Gates. You guys are taking up too much of Bill Gates' precious resources. Right? The royal family does not want you eating livestock. Of course, they'll feed their children raw milk. The queen, who in many of her territories has made raw milk illegal and barely able to be even procured, even for like animal use, in much of Australia, much of Canada. But when the queen sent her boys, the Queen of England sent her boys to school, she would send them raw milk from her dairy herd, right? So they get the raw milk, they get the livestock, but you got to eat the bugs. It's better for you, right? They say it's rich in digestible proteins, key amino acids, and micronutrients. Bugs are not more easy to digest than meat. All right, so they say it's more nutritious. That is a lie. You are not going to get those essential fatty acids, DHA, EPA, which you'll find in animal foods like fish and meat. You're not going to get those from bugs. Right? You're not going to get carnitine, taurine from bugs. You're not going to get choline from bugs. Right? Vital for brain health. Choline. You're not going to get that in bugs. You'll get that in eggs. But they say livestock's bad. It takes up land. We want to take your land. We want to take your land. We're going to take your ability to produce raw milk. In fact, we'll make raw milk illegal in most places. But we'll drink the raw milk. And you'll eat the bugs, they say. So, it's so good for the environment. It's so great. Look at this cicada soup. Eat the cicada soup.
Cicada, it ain't so. They're here. They're invading the nation's capital. Not even President Biden is immune, as we saw this morning on the tarmac.
Not even
One
the great
flying
President
over his neck
Biden.
as he got ready to leave for his overseas trip. That's just hours after a whole swarm of cicadas filled the engines of the press plane set to carry reporters on that trip, delaying him for 6 hours. And if they're bugging you, you're not alone. The giant swarm spotted by meteorologists.
So this is likely cicadas that the radar beam is picking up.
And at the Capitol, one making its way onto a reporter's jacket.
Oh
God. This car crashed after a cicada flew through the window into the driver's face in Cincinnati. But the current cicada epicenter is around D.C. And like a lot of things in this town, it's divisive. I think they're gross. You can find them on sidewalks, on earrings, even on the menu. Chef Sang Loongroth has been planning dishes like cicada scampi for well over a year. Cicada cheers. It's delicious.
For me, it's more exciting than like
insightful.
creepy or scary. For me, it's like, oh my God, it's gonna be my next meal.
Cicadas edible and audible. They'll be gone soon, the next generation hatching in 2038. But for now, you could say they're all the buzz.
So again,
Let's
nothing inherently wrong with eating some bugs, but this just normalization of you will eat the bugs. This is better for you. You can't have real foods. You got to eat the bugs. All right, here we go. Let's play this.
Hunger. Tell me a bit about what ends out.
So we got Jordan Peterson. Pens on what you mean by the word penge. Penge on what you mean. Penge on what you mean by the word penge. Jordan Peterson
quite
talking to a North Korean about the diet in North Korea. You see why they want you to eat bugs.
Of hunger. Tell me a bit about what it was like when you were a kid in the 90s in Korea with regards to eating.
North Koreans are on average 3 to 4 inches shorter than South Koreans because of the malnutrition. I'm like 5'2", but most of North Korean men are shorter than me. So if you are above 4'10" feet high, you must go to military. So tons of North Korean adult men are around 4'10", like even below that right now. This severe malnutrition affects even our brain development. North Korea's average life expectancy is like, if somebody lives up to 60, we think they lived a really long life. Being in North Korea, of course, like only way for me.
So there you go. Again, making you nutrient depleted. Right, when you're short on nutrients that you're only going to find in animal foods, nutrients like iodine, which you're going to find in foods like liver, seafood, shellfish. When you're short of these nutrients, you get brain atrophy. Shoot, when you're short on vitamin B12, you get brain atrophy. They're telling you, oh, we can solve climate change by making people smaller. Bigger people consume more energy, say researchers, who are proposing that reducing the size of humans could mitigate climate change. Oh, we're just making the people so tiny. We don't have those problems here. We make our people very small. They use less resource because they have less resources. This is so evil. Bigger people consume more energy, say researchers. Well, how do you make them smaller? By giving them less of the energy they need. Like in
to
North
get my
Korea.
proteins were eating grasshoppers, dragonflies, a lot of insects, tree barks, plants, flowers, and that's how we survive. And most of people die in the spring because that's when there's no like really insects and plants are.
Spring wasn't a time of hope and renewal, but the absolute worst time of the year.
Yeah, so every spring I remember my skin should like cut off from the like vitamin lackness that I would get dizzy, and it's like season of death every spring. The people who couldn't wait until the summer so the plants grow. I still remember I escaped in the spring in the March of 2007. One day I had a really bad stomachache and my mom took me to the hospital. But in North Korea, of course there's no electricity. There's no x-ray machines, none of that. Literally a nurse using 1 meter to inject every patient in the hospital. And people don't die from cancer in North Korea. They die from infection and hunger mostly. Literally.
Anyway, got that North Korean internet cutting out there. I think we're good now. You hear this? So just lack of medical care. Now we're going to get into this in the second half too. Right, because this is part of it as well. Denying people medical care based on their social credit score, based on decisions like what you're going to put in your body, right? Not just, hey, you're going to eat meat, or you're going to not eat meat, right? But, oh, you can't go to the pub unless you take certain shots. You can't go and do what you want to do or get medical care unless you've had certain medical procedures that are experimental that will shorten your lifespan. Right? Oh, but we love you, we care about you. Eat the bugs.
Or hospital to the bathroom, there were like piles of human bodies, and you see children like chasing the rats, just rats in human eyes first, and then children catch these rats and they eat and they somehow die from I don't know what it is. Then rats eat the children back. So this cycle of us eating rats and they eat us back is going to continue and continue.
Dude, that's so horrible. That's so sad. How's she not, like, she doesn't seem, it's like cold from everything she's seen, right? Like, just seeing people starve around her. She seems like she looks healthy. I don't know, make makeup or something. She escaped North Korea. Dude, this is crazy. This is so sad. All right. So there you go. Yeah, eat the bugs, bigots. Eat the bugs. Bill Gates wants rich countries to move to 100% synthetic beef. But here's the opportunity behind this trend. Oh, opportunity, says Forbes. Opportunity for the World Economic Forum, of course. Opportunity for... Where'd that go? Where did my Rockefeller Foundation? Where did my... Opportunity to, as the Rockefeller Foundation has said in Chapter 5 of the Population Security of the Rockefeller Foundation's Population and the American Future, which was a report. The title is Population and the American Future, the report of the Commission on Population Growth in the American Future. All right, this was made for Richard Nixon, 1969, the infamous Rockefeller Population Council, talking about making food prices higher, right? Making food prices higher. Wait, was it this chapter? And transitioning people to eat, transitioning people from eating food that they produce themselves to food that's produced in factories. The larger population could avoid the price rise of food by shifting away, this is a quote, shifting away from consumption of animal livestock towards vegetables and synthetic meats. Perhaps it would shift to a closed system of agriculture, food from factories. One way or another, a solution can be found. The problem for a growing population is to survey the possible solutions, to select the ones it dislikes least. Oh, the ones it dislikes, or just, maybe make them dislike it less by propaganda. So the Rockefeller Population Council straight up saying, back in 1969, we want to transition people from eating foods from animal livestock towards eating vegetables and synthetic meats. Synthetic meats didn't exist back then. Tofu existed, but the mass-produced GMO soy did not. All right, so food from factories rather than food that they can produce from livestock on their own land. Because, of course, this whole report is all about controlling people, controlling land, controlling resources, and controlling population growth, and especially controlling the metropolitan areas, transitioning rural people into living in these metropolitan areas so that they could be controlled and fed things like Bezos and Bill Gates's fake meat and dairy made from fungus as the next big alt protein. All right, so these are the people, they tell you, we want less of you, there are too many of you. Oh, but no, we're going to feed you. We love you, actually. We actually love you. That's why we say we want to kill you. And we're going to feed you. We're going to feed you, bigots. Enjoy the kibble. Enjoy the plant-based kibble. All right, so crazy, right? I mean, they straight up tell you, we want you eating bugs. On the other hand, you look at populations where they are starving. This is the only way you get people to eat bugs, is if they are starving, either from real food shortages or artificially government-imposed food shortages and blockades like the Soviet Union did in the Holodomor, where they starved in the most horrific way and murdered 30 million plus Orthodox Christians in the Ukraine, in the most productive and fertile region of Europe, the breadbasket of Europe. They starved these people out. They starved these people out in one of the most horrific holocausts, the Holodomor, which we've talked about several times on this channel. They starved these people out. So I think the Holodomor episode, you'd have to find that backed up over on Odyssey. You can find the link to the Odyssey's channel in the description on YouTube. We have lost about a year's worth of content from streams here as YouTube has completely crushed this channel's reach and completely crushed our ability to actually publish things without getting strikes, unnecessary, ridiculous strikes. So if you're watching on YouTube, please consider supporting. We've got our buddy Gregor, Thomas Green supporting on YouTube. And then also go over to Rockfin. Go over to Rockfin because right now we are transitioning over to Rockfin where we will be exclusively streaming the second half of this, talking about the methodology that these people are using to create these food shortages that ultimately they tell us are going to lead to rationing and all sorts of monstrous things like you having to eat bugs, or you having to just starve if you're not willing to jump through the hoops and get your social credit score and get your special passport that allows you to leave your home. Right? This is where it's going. We've been harping on about this for years now, and it has been an acceleration the last year that has stunned even me. Right? I've been talking about this, saying that this is coming, that they want to herd you into smart cities. They want to move towards what they call the circular economy, the zero growth economy, the rationing economy. I've been talking about this for years, but even I'm surprised at how quickly they've started to roll this out. It's staggering. It's ridiculous. All right, so if you're watching on YouTube, pull up a tab on Rockfin. Let me put the link for Rockfin right here. That's where we're going, on Rockfin, where we can actually talk about what we want to talk about. Where we can actually talk about real issues, and where we are throttled and hidden in the algorithm like this terrible, trash, freaking terrible platform that is YouTube now. So thank you guys for watching on YouTube, this highly suppressed channel, which has been hidden in the algorithm Make sure to share these videos if you want to be notified about these videos. All right, get notified for our upcoming streams. There is a link in the description. Click on that link. I think it's the third link. Yeah, third link in the description. Get notified for upcoming streams. If you want to become a member, get into our weekly coaching calls. If you got questions you want to ask us, if you want help dialing in your diet and your lifestyle, whether you're trying to lose body fat, put a little muscle on, shoot, if you're an ex-vegan, hit us up, become a member at our website. You can become a member at primaledgehealth.com/membership, and that will allow you to get in on our weekly coaching calls. Here, I'll put a link in the description, or in the chat right now. I used to have mods that would help me out with this stuff, but now I got no mod friends anymore. Even my mods are suppressed. Even my mods don't show up on this dang channel. All right, so get in our weekly coaching calls. Here's the link. Become a member. So there you go. So everybody, thank you for watching. Share the videos, like the videos. Pull up a link, pull up a tab rather on Rockfin, and watch for free while we're live here. Second half, Rockfin exclusive. We're gonna go deep. We're going hard. Rockfin, zero censorship. None of the problems we have on this terrible trash channel, trash platform that has turned my channel, thrown my channel in the garbage on YouTube. So you guys got to get the links directly from us now if you want to watch this. Or you got to go over there to Rockfin. So we will notify you if you sign up for our notifications. We will email you before these streams. So everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for enjoying. Share the videos, like the videos. Go over to Rockfin. Do a quick transition. And we hit up the second half, last hour over on Rockfin. I'll be right back. 2-minute break.
Take this mind of mine. Take this mind of mine.
Overcooking's not good. It defeats its own purpose. What are you doing? I just said don't overcook it. You're overcooking it. Bring it over.